Our global business editor, Udayan Mukherjee, joining us now. Udayan, markets today volatile but ending pretty much flat. What cues should we now take from here on? Are we awaiting some kind of signal from what's happening in the US, or do we continue to ride on the domestic growth story?
Hi, Abha. I think it's going to be global from here because the earnings season is pretty much over and it's been a mixed bag. So I think there is not too much by way of domestic cues. But I think the cues from the global scene are very powerful because, as you would know, the recent inflation print in the US was much lower than expected, or somewhat lower than expected. And that's sort of led to a lot of excitement in the Western world on whether the Fed will soon stop or at least ease the pace of rate increases. This has resulted in some kind of declining in the dollar index and sparked off a risk-on rally in global markets. And we've benefited from that as well. There's been some buying from FIIs because of that too. So I think that this leg of the rally, which has taken the Nifty to about 18,300, has been fairly global in nature, because I don't think we've got, other than the financial space, the banking space, that is great triggers from the earnings calendar. I think we'll have to watch the global space very, very closely. Closer home, I think the market internals are looking very interesting because of the return of the global money, we've seen a bit of a rotation in the large caps. Some of these earlier winners, like the ITCs of the world, have seen some profit taking, while the HDFC twins were the stars of the week gone by. I mean, they've rallied after a long time and the rallies have been quite significant too. But I think what is interesting, Abha, is that the mid caps and small caps are not doing as well as the large caps at this point. It could be because global money is back and the local crowd is feeling slightly hesitant at these elevated levels for the market. So the small caps particularly, and even the mid caps, have actually not kept pace with the large caps in this leg of the rally, and we'll have to watch that and monitor that quite closely. Finally, on the global aspect, I would point out one important thing, which is that global volatility has fallen off very significantly. If you look at the CBOE VIX in the US, that's down to about 22 kind of levels right now. The peaks are about 35 and 36. But usually the VIX, which moves in the opposite direction of the market, tends to bottom out, or has bottomed out in the past around 20, which is when markets start to fall and volatility starts to rise once again. So we are within skirting distance of medium-term lows for the VIX, and I would be a little watchful on that front before getting carried away. So I think keep your eyes on the global ball. That is, I think, what drives us in the last few weeks of the year.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.